Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of a Doctor Who reaction. This is Hard Live. My name is Matt. Okay, we're rolling. There's some stuff that has been going on with this season of Doctor Who in the previous three episodes. Uh First of all, the Doctor went blind. Second, we had extremists where we got to see a simulation world created by monks, alien monks, because they wanted to invade and conquer Earth, which is why the simulation existed, because they gathered enough information in it. But then the simulation doctor managed to essentially record everything that happens in it because he was blind and he had the glasses set to record. And he sent that memory imprint to the real Doctor on real Earth, and as a result, the Doctor knew the shit was going to go down. And then we got the pyramid at the end of the world. I believe that was what it's called. I was thinking of Pyramids of Mars, which is like a classic story. I was looking up classic Doctor Who stories for some reason. You'll know in a little bit, but maybe you already know actually. Never mind that. Previous episode was Pyramid at the End of the World. I still think it's a bad title. It's like too long. But we got to see a pyramid that just randomly showed up. Turns out that pyramid was essentially like a spaceship by the monks. The monks came in it. And then it's like, okay, so they arrive here on Earth at this specific moment. Something's about to go down. Then the Doomsday Clock showed up. The Doomsday Clock was this thing created by a bunch of scientists in was it in the 50s or whatever? There were concerns about the world coming to an end, and so they made this clock, and the closer the clock got to midnight, the closer to the end of the world we were. And the clock showed up, and it was a 57 to midnight. 11:57. So then it was 58, and then it was 59, and then we diffused the situation. So what had happened is that we got to see that there was this woman and this one dude who were I don't know if scientists, chemists, I don't know what they exactly were, but they were making some stuff with chemicals or whatever. That's their job. You know, they had their facility and they were messing with some biochemical shit. And so they were just doing their job, and the woman broke her glasses, her reading glasses, so she couldn't read. That was early in the morning, just a random casual accident. And then the dude that worked with her, he was hungover as shit because the night before he got super drunk, he had a party, whatever. So this sequence of events led to the woman not being able to do the calculations for this a specific thing that they needed to do, and the dude had to do them. But the dude was fucking hungover, so he just was blurry as shit. He didn't see anything properly, and he made a typo. Instead of writing 11.89, something like that, he wrote 118.9, which is a lot. That is a lot of whatever dosage he was about to make. So they made essentially a virus that killed everything in contact. Airborne. It like Purple Haze. Like Purple Haze from JoJo. I even made a Purple Haze reference editing that episode. Fucking, it just melts any living organism that it touches as an airborne virus, which would lead to the end of the world. Luckily, the Doctor managed to figure out what was going to be the end of the world. He managed to figure out where they were, and he managed to get there. There's dogs barking outside. Again, this happens literally every recording session. Fuck the dogs. Honestly, I don't have a lot of time to record, so I'm just gonna keep saying shit, and hopefully they'll stop at some point. I'm not saying anything of substance right now. I just want them to stop. So the Doctor got there. He found the woman working there trying to contain everything, and he managed to help her. And the way he did it was by blowing up the lab. And by blowing up the lab, he sterilized the virus because it essentially set itself on fire. We've managed to just straight up destroy it before it was able to get out into the atmosphere, saving the world. The problem was that in the process of doing this, The doctor got locked himself in the lab that was about to explode. And he's like, well, I can't get out. Because the way to get out is this one door. It's a mechanical door too, so he can't use the sonic on it for some reason. The sonic only works when it has to work, honestly. But he is in this one door, it's mechanical, and there is a combination that he needs to put in. And the woman that works at the lab just told him, hey, this is the combination. And the doctor is like, I can't put it in because I can't see. Like, he can't see the numbers in the lock, so he can't put the combination. And he has like a minute left before shit blows up, and he's like, well, I'm out. Like, I'm good. I'm done. I saved the world, and I can't open this door. So I guess that I'm dead now. And he was talking with Bill as this was going on, and Bill realized this, and she said, fuck you, I'm gonna save you instead. And the only way she was able to do that is by making a deal with the monks. So I kind of skipped this over the briefing, over the recap, but the monks showed up in the pyramid, and they were there, and fucking people from all armies of the world, as well as some guy from the UN, they all went in, and the monks essentially said that they need to be invited to rule over humans or something like that. I'm not sure what they said specifically, but I'm pretty sure the specifics matter, but I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna see what happens. But essentially they needed permission, they needed to be invited, and the way they needed to be invited, and like the proposition was made to them, had to come from a place of love, specifically, of caring. And we saw multiple characters across the episode trying to make a proposition out of fear, out of strategy, and they were all incinerated on the spot because they were not made out of love. But Bill made a deal with the monks so the doctor could regain his eyesight. And that is a proposition made out of love, because she cares about him and she wants him to live. Therefore, she made the deal with the monks. The deal with the monks, I didn't fully understand why or how it worked, but I believe essentially she just gave up the world to their control in exchange of the doctor regaining his eyesight. And also something happened to Bill. We didn't get to see, we didn't hear much, but the monks did say, like, you need to become one of us so that the link can be made. Something like that. They only, like, casually threw that line, something around the explanation, but it seems like something happened to Bill, something happened to the world, and the doctor got his eyesight back. But at what price, you know? So, yeah, that's essentially what happened previous episode. We're gonna get to see now what is the aftermath. We're in this very specific weird spot with Series 10 where I feel like the first couple of seasons of episodes of Series 10, the first like 4 episodes, even 5th to some degree, didn't matter. They were just like, oh, wacky adventure episodes. And then you get to episode 5, Oxygen, and more specifically what happens at the end of it, and then Extremist, and then Pyramid, and it's like, it feels like they had like this not season long, but like almost season long storyline with a lot of setup. And so, like, they just threw all of the episodes that, like, were one-off right at the beginning. Because they wanted to be like, okay, we got to halfway through the season, alright, we just write this one out. We just threw all the bullshit that we came up with together. It's one storyline, so it's just gonna be to be continued, to be continued, to be continued. Just like, fucking everything matters. So we went from Doctor Being Blind in episode 5 to Extremist, where we get the setup for the monk invasion, to the monk invasion with Pyramid, and now this. And this is probably gonna end up in a weird spot as well, that is just gonna be like, what? And then we're gonna get to episode 9 for some answers, you know? So that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this season to just go, it is already off the rails, and I'm expecting it to keep going off the rails, because I feel like it would be a little weird for it to end here And on episode 8, this like weird mini, like, I guess like a quadrilogy of episodes, you know, this weird arc. And then we go back to a regular episode for episode 9. And then we get the finale. And it's like, I don't think so. Like, I'm actually like expecting this to like be a continuous storyline until the end. That's what I'm expecting right now, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess I just need to go and watch the episode, don't I? By the way, I'm currently running a poll for you guys to let me know which classic Doctor Who serial you want me to watch. So if you know anything about classic Doctor Who, make sure to check the poll. Maybe you'll recognize one of the serials and you will maybe want me to watch that. So check it out. Alright, so now we can finally move in to Doctor Who Season 10, Episode 8. Let's go.
That is a monk. Have been with us from the beginning. They have been instrumental in all the advances of culture and technology.
The fuck?
They were
oh my god.
To the partnership.
How lucky Earth is to have an ally as powerful and as tender as the monks.
Trot
TV.
TV.
Return for their benevolence. What obedience.
Yeah. Propaganda. The fuck am I watching?
The monks have only been here a few months.
Therefore, I sentence you to 10 years in a labour camp. Take her away.
Are they just gaslighting everyone in the world?
It's all lies! You know it's all lies!
Yeah. They brainwash all of humanity. Yeah. So oh my god, there's Bill. Okay, Bill is fine-ish. So they just straight up took over. And just like...
So relax. Do as you're told.
They
The
brainwash...
future is taken care of.
Okay. Immediately interesting. Immediately interesting episode. That is a hell of an intro. She smiled for a second. I fucking saw that shit.
Hello, Mum. But I don't understand it because no one's saying anything.
They all believe it.
It's like they've been brainwashed.
Yep. I mean, this doesn't look like a function in society. Like, they go out of their way to show that every human wears the same clothes.
One day soon he's gonna come back and save us all.
Like, is that real or is it just some image? One day he shall come back, yeah. Or is he like being forced to say shit on the TV? I'm gonna throw a coin in the air and say that's Nardole. Just a wild fuck you guess. I'm so fucking good at this.
First time, with the head of the creature chasing us, where do we run away to?
Australia.
What noise should spaceship doors make?
Shook, shook, obviously.
Alright, I'm so happy. Nardole is 1 alive, 2 here.
It happened! I knew it! They're doing something to us. The monks, I can't think straight. It's like they're saying they've been here forever, and I know they haven't. But
Despite that picture in the
something
wall
to think
saying
it's real.
otherwise.
Every day I have to remind myself that everything that you, me, and the doctor did actually happened, and it wasn't just a dream.
It traces the source of the signal and gives a map coordinate.
Okay, fingers crossed for this shit to work. This is like Half-Life 2, except that people are actually brainwashed. In Half-Life 2, nobody believed it. We're gonna get there and we're gonna realize that the Doctor is actually being brainwashed or something like that. I want to know what the fuck happened in between previous episode and this. He's talking, he's recording. What if he's actually brainwashed though? Like, it would be fucked up. And what are we gonna do?
Doctor. Doctor, it's me.
He's been brainwashed.
Guards! What are you doing here?
Well, what does it look like? We've come to save you.
Human society is stagnating. You've stopped moving forward. In fact, you're regressing.
Well, this isn't exactly much better.
It's safer.
What about free will? You believe in free will? Your whole thing is you made me write a 3,000-word essay on free will.
Yes, well, I mean, you had free will, and look at what you did with it. Worse than that, you had history. History was saying to you, look, I've got some examples of fascism here for you to look at. No? Fundamentalism? No? Oh, okay, you carry on. By the way, you never delivered that essay.
Because the world was invaded by zombie monks!
And whose fault was that?
That's true.
I didn't ask for my sight back. No, you took it upon yourself to ignore me, to do what you thought was best. All I can say is that we are lucky. It was a benevolent race like the monks, not the Daleks. Yes, I know the monks are worthless, I get that. Yes, they play with history. I'm not exactly thrilled about that, but they bring peace and order.
You're actually doing this? Do you have any idea how hard the past few months have been? How hard it's been to hold on to the truth? I fought against it for you! For when you came back! And now you're saying you've joined them.
It's not a trick, it's not a plan. I have joined the monks. Whatever it takes, I'm going to save you from yourselves.
Alright, this shit's fake. Like, I wasn't believing it initially already. But when you start throwing regeneration in there, I'm like, okay, I know this is fake. Because I know this is not the time yet. Which kinda sucks, but... There we go.
Girl!
Alright, what the fuck is this then?
Idiot! The monks are using some kind of, something to control the population. They must be. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to hold on to power
So they want
for this long. Just check that you weren't under the influence in testing.
Okay.
So you haven't turned.
You wanted to get shot, just to see if she was okay.
No, of course not. I've spent the last 6 months planning and also recruiting all these chaps.
But I shot you.
Yes, well, that was the plan, you see. Everyone exchanged their ammo for blanks. Did you forget, David?
And you were in on this too.
Oh, it was partly his idea.
I was gonna say, Naruto was super chill about everything.
Lovely as it is
Aye.
to have you on board, literally and metaphorically, we're going to need some help.
So, who are we gonna get?
The only person I know almost as smart as me.
Are we... Oh boy. Fuck, we're getting Missy back in. Never trust Missy. Ever. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're just gonna ram the ship. I love this, by the way. Okay. It's just like one room with a piano.
I want to ask if you've had any dealings with the monks before.
Of course. I've had adventures too.
Yeah.
My whole life doesn't revolve around you, you know.
Did you defeat them?
I did.
They hold on to power by targeting the part of the brain specifically to do with memory and perception, correct? Right?
Getting warm. How do they get a foothold on a planet?
Some idiot asks for their help.
Well, not just any idiot. There has to be a properly consenting human mind. A pure request. One without agenda or ulterior motive.
That person creates a psychic link, which forms an anchor that keeps the monks in power. They're the linchpin.
Scalding.
Bill has to die.
Now all you have to do is find whoever opened the door to the monks in the first place.
Say I already have.
Oh, well then you're sorted.
Is it to kill him?
Just kill them.
It's me. The linchpin is me. You're saying I have to die?
Now, if you were just to die, then everyone's false memories would have to fade, and that could take ages. It's actually better if you keep breathing. If your brain just keeps transmitting, well, nothing.
Even if that was the truth, the fact that you're suggesting it shows that there's been no change. No hope, no no point. We don't sacrifice people, it's wrong. Because it's easy.
You know, back in the day, I'd burn an entire city to the ground just to see the pretty shapes the smoke made. I'm sorry your +1 doesn't get a happy ending. But like it or not, I just saved this world because I want to change. Your version of good is not absolute. It's vain, arrogant, sentimental.
I got the feel Billy's gonna do it.
But if you're waiting for me to become all that, I'm going to be here for a long time yet.
Somewhere in there, the monks must have some kind of a machine
That
creates and broadcasts the myths of their history.
yeah.
The ones that are powered by, carried by, fed by your brain.
I mean, yeah, this brain will have to go somewhere. So we just need to break the shit that is in the middle.
Signals that they are receiving with my brainwaves and beam out the true history of the world.
This would be an incredibly sophisticated transmitter, powerful enough to beam highly detailed propaganda to the entire world 24 hours a day. And you're gonna plug your brain into it?
I know. Doesn't stand a chance.
Alright.
The lies are going to become more convincing.
Oh my god.
You'll want to turn around.
People are gonna turn around
What
here.
you're doing here.
People are gonna
While
turn
you're
on
working
us.
Against the monks. Now, have you all got your stereo headphone? I think.
The monks are not our friends. They have invaded Earth and made its people slaves. Always been here.
Alright.
In fact, they have only been here a few months. Earth and made its people.
Alright, that's it. He's gonna turn on us later because his thing is broken. So it's gonna start believing in the monks now.
Everything all right, Alan?
You tricked us. You tried to make us believe the monks were invaders. How could you say that? I'll kill you first.
Think you're not old?
To over your neck pinch. Yeah, I've studied their martial arts for a while, actually. Yeah, reached a level of brown tabard. Yeah, can't do it with this hand, though. Kind of bugs me. Of course, this wasn't my original hand, as you know. I won this in a game of...
I kind of understand, you know. I have a deformed left thumb, by the way. I can do this shit. And it kind of fucks me because if I want to play fighting games with a controller, I can't do the motions with my left thumb as I can do with my right thumb. And the left thumb is the one to use for movement, so it's kind of, you know... Alright, let's go back into Doctor Who. Whoa. Okay, he's gonna plug his brain into it. This might be really bad. Mental battle.
Look.
To make the doctor believe this shit. That could be bad.
I wanted to do it before you woke up. But I had to say goodbye. Thank you. God, it was worth it.
Bill,
How are you gonna do it?
Bill.
Oh my god, I just saw Trump's fucking face on that screen. I hate it. What's gonna happen now?
Oh no.
We get to see her live. Think of your mom. Think of your mom. The one constant this season.
Hello, Mum.
Doctor, look!
Yeah, she's gonna do it just by thinking of her mom. The power to love for her mom is stronger. These are the pictures that the doctor took.
Clever, brilliant, ridiculous girl. Look at that. All the pictures I gave you. I thought I was just being kind, but I was saving the world.
Yeah.
You have to keep thinking about your mum, the memory you created. A voice, a smile. The monks can't get near it. Perfect.
Yeah, but they're all thinking of her mom. How does this work?
On the world without the monks. Absolutely loved, absolutely trusted. And that window is opening. A glimpse of freedom.
Isn't the fact that
The lie is breaking.
Isn't the fact that they call themselves the Memory Police not enough of a giveaway?
You just went viral.
Okay. Bill's mom went viral. Oh yeah. They're chasing them off.
This is exciting, isn't it?
The way that cut was weird.
Humans have learned that they can overthrow dictators and stuff. They just have to band together.
Well, it's not quite as simple as that. This thing that we're sitting on, what is it?
We thought they were just like filming something here or something.
Thank you, very helpful. Now go away or something.
People are like that.
Humanity's doomed to never learn from its mistakes.
I guess that's part of our charm.
No, it's really quite annoying.
Why'd you put up with us then?
In amongst 7 billion is someone like you. That's why I put up with the rest of them.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. I feel like this ended up way too neatly. I wasn't expecting it.
I keep remembering all the people I've killed. Every day I think of more. Being bad. Being bad, Dren. I didn't know I even knew their names. You didn't tell me about this bit.
I'm sorry, but this is good.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. That was what's the name of this? That was the lay of the land. Okay, so we got that. Before we started the episode, I thought this wasn't gonna get resolved immediately, and we're just gonna write this one out until the finale. I guess I was wrong. Like, maybe we will, but like, this felt like we had this arc of like 4 episodes, and it just concluded, and it was like, we're good, we're chill, and it's like, really, huh? I was kind of expecting this to just keep going. Because at this point, we have like 4 episodes left, right? 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think we're gonna get another like 4 episode like arc storyline. Which means that the finale would be lesser than this monk arc that we had. Unless next episode we start something going that is going to carry on to the finale. Like, unless next episode starts being something else already, and it just starts this, like, long storyline that goes to episode 12, then yes, I guess it would be rivaling this monk arc. But this monk arc, it's like, okay, so the monk arc is actually 3 episodes. Which is Extremist, Pyramid at the End of the World, and this one, Light of the Line. But I'm including Oxygen in there just because the blindness aspect actually carries over and in a way causes everything to happen. So I'm actually saying that this is a 4 episode mini arc, the monk arc. But it's like, it gets resolved in this 1 episode, and I'm just like, I wasn't expecting it to be resolved so quick. I was expecting at least 1 more episode. Like, I was expecting it to be resolved and then to Missy to take over. That's what I was expecting. I expected Doctor to let Missy go. Missy was gonna fuck us over. That's what I was waiting for to happen. But I guess we just consulted to her. Which is smart. It's good. But it's like, yeah, we have 4 episodes left. I don't know what we're gonna be doing. Because I feel like if we do a 2 episode finale, it's gonna be like, I mean, it can have more, like, it can be cooler than this 4 episode arc. But it feels weird that the finale, this big thing, isn't actually 4 episodes long like this one is. But it could be, because we have 4 episodes left. So maybe next episode we start another arc which would be really fun. But I don't know, man. It just feels weird, man. It feels weird because I was like 90% sure, maybe not 90, but like 80% sure that we were gonna write this one monk arc to the finale. Like, I don't know, like, I was even expecting the monks to just be something else, you know? The monks to just reveal themselves of whatever. I was expecting something else to happen with this arc that we had going on, rather than it getting fixed, like, right away. Like, I was expecting many bad things to happen, and none of them did. So I'm just impressed. So, okay, let's talk about the episode itself. So, yeah. So, it starts when we see the doctor on TV telling lies, essentially. Just saying, like, oh, the monks are so benevolent, they're so nice. They have been with us since forever. They are part of our history. They're so good. And as we see shots of, like, someone that remembers that is a lie and the monks have been here for 6 months only. Actually, I want to know something. Real quick. Give me a second. The Lay of the Land, Doctor Who. Broadcast, 3rd of June of 2017. Pyramid. 27th of May. So I guess not. Like, for some reason, I thought there might have been a gap between previous episode and this episode, because we've had that before. We've had gaps of, like, we just didn't film for like half a year. Whatever. You know, like, that happened in Series 6. That happened in Series 7. Because Series 7 was mostly like 2 seasons in a season. It was weird. We had the full year thing between Series 9 and 10. So it's like, I thought for a second that maybe we had and okay, so the main indicator for me saying that is because I'm looking at Peter Capaldi's hair, and maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I get the feeling that it's longer than it was. His hair is just longer than it was before this. Maybe I just haven't noticed. Maybe I just haven't noticed how cool looking it was until this very episode. Because I felt like there were many shots where he just looked cool as shit. So I just wanted to say that. He looks cool as shit. Okay, so we get to see the memory police just taking people to concentration camps or whatever for saying the truth, essentially. Like, the monks just arrived a couple months ago. Why are you lying to us? And it's like, no, they have always been here since forever, because all of humanity got brainwashed into thinking that the monks have been here since forever. So the monks essentially rule over the earth by coexisting in it and just making everyone think that they've always been there and they're just like the ultimate friends, you know? So we have that. We definitely have that. Bill, however, remembers. Bill actually remembers, but it's been tough for her to remember because it feels crazy. Because like I can understand that. Like, if the entire world told you, hey, this is how things are, and you go, no, it's not. It's like there's a point where you have to break. There's a point where you break because you're like, you know what? No, fuck, I'm just crazy. Because like it's easier to think that unless you're like unbelievably stubborn. It's so much easier to just be like, if literally everyone around me told me that I was crazy, I would be like, fine. You know what? I guess I am crazy. You know? Because that is more plausible than whatever the fuck this shit is. Right? So, you would have to be either unbelievably stubborn, or unbelievably stubborn, and that's it. That's the only way you get out of this. Or like holding up hope, which I believe is what Bill did. She just held out hope so much. So we get to see Bill she created a version of her mom in her head just to talk to about this, because she can't talk to literally anyone else about it. Because otherwise you get taken away. Like, everyone says, no, you're full of shit. Fuck you. You're being taken to a concentration camp. Like, fuck. God damn it. Like, that's so fucked. That's so fucked. Like, I got vibes or Half-Life 2 as I was watching this initially. And in Half-Life, there's no brainwashing. There is a bit of brainwashing, but most of the people that you see in Half-Life are rebels. You know, they're rebelling against the combined forces that took over the world or whatever. You know, but in this episode, everyone is complacent. It's complacent because everyone has been brainwashed. Except for this small group of people that the Doctor actually got on his side. I actually like... So, Bill meets up with Nardole. Nardole says, like, oh yeah, I didn't die. I just got out of commission for like a couple weeks. Fine. Or a couple months. She said, up until 6 weeks ago, I was out of commission. Something like that. I think that's what he said. So, they meet up with Nardole. And then they devise a plan to go and rescue the Doctor from this one ship. So they go in there, they sneak in, they meet up with the Doctor, and the Doctor says that he's on the monk's side. He joins the monks because the monks only want what's best for humanity. And like, humanity like fucking sucks, and they're gonna kill themselves. And the monks, it's better to just leave the monks in power so they can take care of you better, essentially. And Bill got super upset at him for this. And after proving that he has not been brainwashed, he has actually just switched sides, Bill decides to fucking shoot him. But then it's like... And the Doctor starts doing like the regeneration thing, and I'm like, okay, you're full of shit. Because like, here's the thing, is that first of all, they're not gonna make our main character that we love for over 50 years to just say like, no, I'm with the bad guys now. Like that's such a shitty thing to do, and it's like nobody believes it. And it also sucks because I feel like the only people that fools is fucking children. Like, I don't know, if a 10-year-old was watching this, maybe that 10-year-old would have been like, oh no, the Doctor's evil. No, why did you do this to me, Mr. Capaldi? Like, it makes me think of, like... Remember that fucking thing that fucking writer... I don't know his name. I don't care. I don't care about comics. But this one fucking dude made a fucking Captain America comic. And he was like, oh, the Captain America's a Nazi now. And he was always a Nazi. Isn't that a fucking huge plot twist? And it's like, no, you're full of shit. Also, you suck. Like, nobody believed it. Everyone hated him. Because it was such a shitty thing to do. And it was like, again, it only tricked children. And children were like, why is Captain America bad now? And it's like, well, because the dude who wrote this comic is a fucking dirtbag. You know, that's the only thing that happened there. Don't worry about that. The Captain America is always good. Don't worry about that. He's fine. You know, they immediately dialed that back because, of course, they weren't gonna make the hero of so many years just be a fucking evil Nazi just out of the gate, just for no reason. They're not doing that. The same goes for the Doctor here. So I wasn't buying it, and then when he started doing the regeneration, I was like, oh, we're good. Like he's fucking faking this shit somehow. I don't know how, but he's just faking it. This is not real, you know? So I the moment the glowing started to happen, I was like, okay, we're good. Like, I know this is not where he goes, for sure, because I know when Jodie comes in. I know when Jodie comes in, and people have made sure that I knew when Jodie came in. So, I knew that this wasn't Capaldi's final episode, so I wasn't fooled by that at all. And that was just a confirmation that it was like, oh yeah, we're good. What I wasn't expecting is for the Doctor to just be like, ha, trick you. And then Nardole was like, hey, everyone was like, hey, congratulations. Like fucking Evangelion thing. Like, good job, Bill. You actually shot him. And so the plan was make sure that Bill isn't actually under the influence of the monks, because the monks have this like thing on humanity, on all of it, just brainwashing them consistently. And Bill has been being super stubborn to not believe it, and she doesn't believe it, but she has been seduced to believe that the monks have been always there, like every human has been. So Bill is no exception, and the Doctor wanted to make sure that Bill was good still. So the way he did that is by tricking her into shooting him with a gun, because it's like, oh, you shot me. It's like, okay, you believe in your cause. All right, you're good. Get in. That's how that went. And Bill's like, fuck you, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, I'm gonna fucking smack you Nardole for making me do this bullshit. But it's fine. Like, we're together. We're good to go. We're good to save humanity now. So then we did that. We started this assault on this pyramid, on the monk main base. I believe is just their spaceship. Because there has to be some kind of computer or something that is just in there that transmits the brainwashing thing to everybody. So the solution would have been to either kill Bill. That wasn't a joke that I was planning, by the way. That just, I said it and I realized it as I said it. And I feel bad about that. I never even watched Kill Bill. And all I know about Tarantino is that he just has a fucking massive food fetish. That's all I know about him. Whatever the case, the Doctor decides, I'm not going to kill Bill. So I actually, okay, so I gotta talk about this a little bit because I thought it was really cool. So the whole thing about, we went to see Missy. We went to see Missy in prison. We actually got to see what's inside of it, and it's just like a big room with a piano in there, and that's it. But I like it that it's like the whole thing about Missy seems to be like Missy is trying to be good. Apparently, allegedly, she's trying to be a better person. From bad to somewhat good. And I hope that's the case, because I love Missy. She's been probably the best incarnation of the Master we've had. And I'm just like, fucking, hell yeah. Hell yeah, she's doing a great job. So, that's hoping. But the thing here is that Missy just says, like, you gotta kill Bill. And the Doctor is like, I'm not gonna. And the Doctor is actually upset at the fact that Missy just said, like, yeah, fucking kill her. And Missy says, and I really like this, that she basically says, like, you're expecting me to be your version of good, which is, the Doctor is not lawful good, okay? But he's good in the sense of, like, no, we're gonna save everyone. Everyone. We're not gonna sacrifice anyone to save the rest, okay? We're gonna find a solution to this shit that is gonna be great for everyone, and we're not gonna have to make any sacrifices along the way. We're gonna figure it out, okay? No matter what, we're gonna figure it out. Missy is the kind of character that goes like, okay, that is the clear solution, and you want to try and find something that's gonna be better, but realistically, there's probably not gonna be another solution. So just fucking plug it right now. And, like, I like that she says, like, I'm not gonna be the version of good that you are, but the fact that I am trying to save this planet, even if it's through a means that you don't like, means that I am actually trying to do good here. Just not in the way that you want, but in my own way. You know? I like that a lot because it is very interesting for Mrs. character. It is really interesting. I am hoping that the Mrs. character becomes a character that it's like, yeah, she's trying to be better, you know? And I'm not sure they're gonna do that. I hope they're gonna do it. But I'm not sure. I'm expecting Missy to backstab everyone at any given situation. I am hoping for her to not do that, and for her to be good, or become good specifically. And I like that she says, if I'm going to be good, it's not going to be the version of good that you want. It's going to be the way I do it. which is gonna be like, I'm just gonna plug Bill right now if that means I'm gonna save all those people, which is something the Doctor is not willing to do, and he has never been willing to do. But Missy is like, I'm gonna do that because that is the solution. Realistically, you're probably not gonna find anything else, so I'm just gonna do this one and save all those people right now. You know, like even if we hadn't found the solution that we found here, this very specific solution of the mom, through the power of mom love, we managed to save the world. Even if that didn't happen, like let's say that we immediately, when Missy said that, the Doctor had pulled a gun and shot Bill in the face right now, right there. That probably would have saved people, because of the fact that we are operating under the assumption that the whole world is under like concentration camps. Therefore, there are people dying by the second. So if we had killed Bill right there, we would have saved like, I don't know, 100 people that died in between there and the end of the episode. Realistically, killing Bill, like on paper, killing Bill would have been the best possible solution to this problem. But the Doctor's not going to do that. Right? The Doctor's never going to do that. Missy would. And the fact that Missy would do that is like, she's not an evil character, because the things that she does right here, or she says she would do, are not evil things. They are just morally gray things that would lead to a good outcome. The Doctor is not willing to step in there, but Missy is, you know? And I like this idea of Missy being somewhat good. Not necessarily good, but doing things for a greater good kind of deal, you know? She cares to some degree. I like that. And I hope that is explored. I feel like that is going to be our tie-in to whatever the fuck the finale is going to be. Because if we're not following this storyline, and the storyline for Series 10 has been Missy in the vault. Now that it's been revealed that it's Missy, like a couple episodes ago, now we actually know that Missy's probably gonna get involved in this series finale. That's what I would assume. Okay, so we got that. And speaking of Missy, we gotta talk at the end. At the end, there is the scene where Missy is like, I feel like shit because I keep thinking about all the people I've killed. Like, I actually keep thinking about them, and I didn't used to. Like, I used to not do that, and now I do. I feel like just being evil made me not think about them. But now that I am actually just sitting here alone in prison, this is all I can do. It sucks, you know, and she feels bad about it. And it's still one of those things where it's like, I don't know if you're lying or not. And I feel like that's supposed to be the case. They're exploring this character of Missy operating in this thing where it's like, you'll never know if she's telling the truth or not. You'll never know if she's full of shit or not. And it's like, fuck, man, I want to know. But we're always operating under the assumption of Missy might fuck us over and she might be lying, and that's going to be the end of that, you know? Hopefully that won't be the case, because I feel like at this point it's like, we're expecting that. So if we're expecting that, that makes it boring. And I hope we're not doing that as a result, because I hope it's not boring. Right? Moving on. Yeah, I like that at the end she's like, you didn't tell me, you know, that this is how it would be. Because it's like, it is acknowledging the fact that the Doctor has gone through this as well. Through feeling like shit. What does she say? I didn't even know I knew their names. I like that. You didn't tell me about this bit. I like that. Because that is acknowledging the fact that the Doctor has also killed a bajillion people. Yes. Over the years he has. And the Doctor is a good person, but he has had to take lives. And Bill... What am I saying? And Missy is like, you didn't tell me about this bit. because it's like clearly the Doctor has gone through this. He has gone through feeling like absolute garbage because he has murdered people. Because of course, you know? And now that Missy is apparently going through it for the first time, it's like, fuck, this sucks, you know? So I like that. The solution to the problem was to infiltrate into the monk pyramid with your squad. And the Doctor plugged his brain into the monk's machine or whatever. Didn't work. But then Bill plugged his brain into the monk machine. And I was under the impression Bill was going to die. Everyone was under the impression Bill was going to die. But then it turns out that wasn't the case. She got saved, as well as the entire world was also saved by the power of Mum. So she kept thinking about her mom. And I like that we've been seeing her mom for episodes now. Like, at the first episode is like, I made my mom an imaginary friend, essentially. Like, I believe Bill said that some kind of phrase, and then she was like, my mom used to say that. And then he was like, oh, your mom must have been great. And she's like, I never met her. And then it's like, well, how do you know she said that? And then she's like, well, I didn't. He just made it up. She just made it up. And it's like, well, okay. So you're that kind of character. You know? Then she found the photos that the Doctor took for her. That was super nice. They also came back into play here. That was neat. But then during Oxygen, when she was touched and like supposedly dead by the suits, she kept thinking about her mom, and she actually screamed mom or whatever. I remember. So it's like she keeps coming back to her mom. Like, her mom is such an important figure to her, despite never having met her. That is a weird thing, but it's like, you know, like Bill is like it's a sentimental kind of character for this thing. So it's like, I believe it, you know? I like that the solution was that. It's a little weird because it's like, I see what's happening. I was like, yeah, but the entire world is just seeing your mom. How is this gonna help? Like, they're not seeing moms, they're seeing mums, you know? And it's like, how does this help? And apparently it's because, like, if they build through their mom, they can see the real world. It's like, okay, sure, let's go with that one. But it's like, okay, that saved it because the only reason why the mom was important is because the mom was strong enough in Bill's head that Bill was able to overcome the monks trying to like overtake her or like overpower her. It's like, no. My connection with my mom that I have in my head is stronger than this shit. So she just beats the monks with the power of her mom. That was great. Bill's stand is her mom. That is how she's so powerful. Mom Platinum. So yeah, everyone saw the mom. Everyone remember. They just chased the monks away. They just ran the fuck off from Earth. And that was the end of that. And I like that we had this bit with the Doctor and Bill talking at the end. And it's like, well, humans will always make the same mistakes over and over. Like, we just do that shit. And then Bill is like, part of our charm. And then it's like, nah. The Doctor is like, nah, that is annoying. It's one of your worst qualities. Which then makes Bill ask the Doctor, like, why do you put up with us if we keep doing this shit? And then the Doctor is like, because every now and then, I don't know how many million of you are, even 7 billion, there's one of you, you know? Like, there's one Bill in between all the rest, and that makes it worth it. And it's like, that was so nice. That was so nice of him to say. That was so cute, even. And I like that a lot. Alright. So, I think we're done. I think we just went through the entire episode. Yeah, I think that was a solid review. Yeah, that's it for this episode, and sure. It was okay. It's pretty good. I still find it weird that it was the ending of that arc, though. I find it really weird. Like, it feels like it should have been longer. I feel like we were setting up something so huge. And given the stakes in this episode are pretty huge, it's the entire planet, right? Don't get me wrong. But it's like, it got solved, I feel like, really fast. In a way. And now we have I assume we're gonna have standalone episodes after this, and it's gonna feel weird that we just went through this huge arc, and then we're just like, yeah, whatever, we're gonna do Sleep No More, or whatever the fuck that episode was. Remember that one? Series 9, Episode 9? Right after Saigon Inversion, and right before Face the Raven. You remember Sleep No More? Y'all remember that? I feel like we're gonna have another one of those. We're gonna have a standalone episode, and then we're gonna get into the finale, and it's gonna be fucking weird. But okay, let's see where this goes next time then. Alright everyone, thanks for tuning into this episode of a Doctor Who reaction. If you would like to see next one, it's already up on Patreon as well as full length. Like, comment, subscribe, all this fun stuff. But yeah, just thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care.